And
I like the story of how like Jim Cornette on the Montreal Screwjob knew it was coming and like got out of the building before like anything even happened. He's just like, fuck this, I'm going home.
oh yeah,
And just left before like the match even went on. Basically.
yeah. I'm reading the Bret Hart book now, and like I'm getting closer to it. I think I'm just starting to get. I think I just started to get to 97. So like, yeah, it's like the chapter that I'm on is like right when right before he just started working with Stone Cold on the overseas tours.
Yeah.
But they have yet to work together at WrestleMania because at this point, Bret Hart wanted like the reason that he put over Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12 was because he saw like a huge thing where like the two of them could draw like so much money over time, where and like he could pass the torch to Shawn Michaels properly,
Right.
where like he could beat him during some like he'd lose the belt on at WrestleMania 12, and then he'd come back at SummerSlam that year, and he'd and then he'd take the belt back from Shawn Michaels, and then Shawn Michaels could win the belt again at WrestleMania 13, and he would like shake his hand and give him a proper torch passing moment. But Shawn Michaels like got like gripey about it apparently.
Well, also,
and, like,
I've heard that Brett really didn't
doesn't
want to
happen.
put Shawn over in Canada also, and that was the problem.
Well,
too.
that was later for the like when the screw job happened.
Yeah.
But like
I'm not 100% convinced that the screw job was a shoot though. I think that it was a work in a lot of ways, and of course this is one of those things that if it was a
will
work,
be
they'll all
debated
take it to their
forever.
graves.
Yeah, it could be, it could not be, but I mean, if you watch the Bret Hart Wrestling with Shadows documentary, it's like I can't remember if it shows him actually like landing the punch on Vince McMahon, but like it shows it like basically as it's happening.
Yeah.
Like he runs out of the room. There's like the pull apart. He runs out of the room and he decks him, and then I think the next shot you just see Vince McMahon just like, out of it on the floor, and then that's kind of it. And they like, but that documentary is actually really good too.
Again, still could have been a work though.
You're right.
You know?
It very well
And
would have been.
because you think about it, like, what did Brett really didn't have anything to lose? He was leaving the company anyway to go to WCW. So why not like do this thing where he like gets quote unquote screwed over, and it basically establishes Vince as like the evil boss,
Yeah.
And Brett doesn't really lose anything because he's leaving the company anyway, and Shawn Michaels gets put over at the same time.
Yeah.
But also kind of makes Shawn Michaels an asshole and kind of like, solidifies his like heel tendencies.
Yeah. And then like, the idea behind it could be that down the road he could like there's a chance for him to come back and like do the whole redemption angle and everything.
Right. And I think that's where it got fucked up. I think is that
because Goldberg ends up botching a match with Bret Hart, and he kicks him and he ends his career with like a huge concussion.
Yep.
So like that's why that never happened. So who knows?
I mean, I think the Montreal Screwjob is fake because I don't believe Quebec exists.
Then we're gonna have like a bunch of angry Quebecers fucking downvoting and Quebecians.
Well, if they exist, they can pop out of my imagination and try to beat me up. But French Canada, bro, what are you even on?